Nikki Sinclaire.
Madam President, I sympathise with my Romanian and Bulgarian colleagues here tonight. They are right, there is no European consistency or social cohesion in this matter, but this is a flaw within the EU. Yes, you are being discriminated against, but fairness has different sides. If you take my constituency, the West Midlands in the UK, and the UK has been mentioned with Netherlands as one of the countries that wants to prolong this exclusion. We've got the highest youth unemployment in the UK, and we need to provide jobs for those people. Now, when the first wave of Eastern Bloc countries joined the European Union, the UK was one of the very few countries that imposed no restrictions, and the then Labour government said there would be 14,000 people from Poland and elsewhere that would come into the UK. 14,000 turned into over 850,000. That put an extreme demand on our social services, on our social housing, on our National Health Service, on our social security. The British taxpayer simply could not afford it. You know, today earlier we've heard things like the United Kingdom being called 26 and the +1. Well, you know, we have rights to defend our own borders, we have the rights to defend our own economy, and yes, we will be +1, and hopefully we won't even be that +1, we'll be leaving you very soon.
Will you accept the first one from Ms. Vigenin?
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Sinclaire, I would like to point to the fact that those people that you mentioned contributed enormously about the economic progress of the United Kingdom during this period. And if you say about British taxpayers, those 800,000 were also British taxpayers, and they contributed to the welfare systems as well. So please be more careful when you make your judgments. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your intervention. Yes, of course, they are taxpayers. But what we're talking about here is also, while they were paying tax, there was a British person that was unemployed because that job was taken. So therefore, that was a strain on our social security system. We simply, in the United Kingdom, are a small island, and it's not about race, it's about space. We simply do not have enough jobs. I would like to see a point system in the United Kingdom where we have from people outside the European Union, but from people within the European Union as well, so we can fill the vacancies we actually have. There is no point bringing workers in from around the European Union when we simply do not have the jobs.
No, Mrs. Ticau.
I would like to ask Ms. Sinclaire if she has statistics on the contribution of migrant workers from new member states towards the economic growth and development in her country. Can she tell us what the strain has been on the welfare state as a result of these migrant workers?
I don't have the statistics to hand, but I have read several reports since 2005, and it's there for people to see in the United Kingdom. We can see this. We could see in 2006 and 2007 the demand on social housing, the demand in our health service, and the demand in social security. There was even examples where in the UK we have child benefit that's paid for every child in the UK, that workers from the Eastern Bloc countries were claiming this money for children that was resident still in the Eastern Bloc. That was the demand on British taxpayers. And I have no quarrel, and there is obviously an economic a benefit for migrant workers to the UK, and the UK has benefited from migration from the Second World War, from our old Commonwealth, from our own old empire and the Commonwealth country. We do need a certain level of immigration, but it needs to be controlled immigration under our terms, not your terms.